Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. We good?
Practicing for my close-up. That'll be all right. Too bad Dad isn't here. I know. He's eating. Thanks. Oh, okay. Works for me. Super. Thanks.
Yes. Awesome. Which program?
Soon to be English education.
Love it. Did you get to go to the interview day in the spring?
I'm going to be in I'm doing global gateway, so I'm like walking.
Rock
in
and
the
roll.
center.
What country are you going to?
Spain.
I love it. Well, anyway, make sure when you get back that you do the interview day because you will get a job. And that's what they want.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, now you might have to you're going to have to double up a little because I can't get that far away. So let's put Big Strong Dad maybe in the back or in between. I would say someone with less height, but you're all like
We're
the
all,
same.
I know. Why don't we put Mom?
Julie right there. There you go.
Does it work?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Thanks.
So, welcome to the School of Education. We'll begin the ceremony shortly. We'll be streaming the commencement ceremony live on the web and also recording it for future viewing. So check the School of Education website or our Facebook page for a link to watch it later. I also want to remind students about the Stay Connected postcards that are being handed out as you walk in. These provide important information about how to stay connected with us after you graduate, as well as career search services that we offer for students. So if you didn't get one, please let us know. We'll begin in just a moment. Good afternoon. Welcome to the December 2015 graduate convocation for the IU Bloomington School of Education. I'm Keith Barton, the Associate Dean for Teacher Education. We're gathered here today to celebrate the accomplishments of students who have completed the requirements for bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees from the School of Education. In addition, many of these students at the same time have been working toward licensing as teachers, counselors, or school administrators. Our program today will be relatively short. You can applaud for that. And we'll include a few words from Terrence Mason, the Dean of the School of Education, Doug Williams, our alumni speaker, as well as two of our graduating students. At the end, we'll have all the graduates line up and come forward to be congratulated by Dean Mason. Each graduate should have received a white card on which to write personal information that will be read out as you're being recognized. If you don't have a white card, you can get one from the greeters as you line up. We're extremely proud of every one of our graduates, so please show your respect by remaining here until the end of our brief program. It can be disruptive and distracting if audience members leave during the congratulation portion of the ceremony. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce our faculty readers, Dr. Catherine Engelbertson, Assistant Professor of Curriculum and Instruction. Wave to the audience. Dr. Krista Glazewski, Associate Professor and Chair in Instructional Systems Technology. And Dr. Laura Sakowski, also Professor of Curriculum and Instruction, as well as the Director of our Global Gateways for Teachers program. Today's a time to feel proud of your achievements and to look back on your experiences at IU, hopefully with great fondness. But just as importantly, it's a time to look ahead, because today isn't just the end of your program at IU, it's the beginning of a new phase of your career in education. Some of you have completed graduate degrees that will take you on to new roles and responsibilities. Many of you have completed your teaching license, and so now you'll start your career as a classroom teacher. Regardless of setting, all of you are likely to be working in very rewarding jobs where you know that you will influence the lives of others through your teaching, mentoring, counseling, leadership. This is one of the real rewards of a degree in teaching. It enables you to help others. My first year of teaching in a school in Los Angeles, right underneath the Hollywood sign, I had a fourth grade student who was brighter than any child I'd ever met. Every morning he read the Los Angeles Times, and he couldn't wait to talk to me about the latest news. His ideas and his way of expressing them were just like those of a thoughtful adult. But a few weeks into the school year, I got a call from his after-school tutor asking about some assignment. And the tutor mentioned that this student had been held back a year. And I later found out that his older brothers teased him constantly about how stupid he was because he'd been held back. And I also found out he was completely lacking in any kind of self-confidence as a result. I couldn't understand how that could be. How was it that everyone else didn't see how intelligent he was? Well, I soon realized that he had a very small and specific disability that kept him from putting numbers and letters in straight lines when he wrote. And that made a lot of his work incorrect or unintelligible. So I gave him graph paper to write on, and he never made a mistake again. At the end of the year, my principal and I agreed he would be double promoted from 4th to 6th grade. His mother told me, "You've turned his life around." Well, the chance to turn others' lives around, that's the kind of job we have as educators. Today, this former student of mine is running for state political office in California in a different party than the one I support. So maybe I didn't do such a good job after all. But every day in education, we have a chance to make this kind of impact, to teach new ideas, to help students discover skills and abilities they may not have known they had, to work with and lead others who need our guidance and our expertise. That's what an education degree is for, helping others. It's a great responsibility, great in the sense that it's a large responsibility, but also great in the sense that it's rewarding and important, a chance to make a difference in the world. Good luck to all of you as you take on this responsibility. And now I'd like to introduce Terrence Mason, Dean of the School of Education, who will offer some words to our graduates.
Thank you, Keith. Good afternoon. First of all, congratulations to all of our graduates. This is certainly a day to celebrate your accomplishments and reflect upon your achievements. I would hope that on this brisk, late fall day that you were warmed by the achievements that we are celebrating. This has been a long road for many of you, and you should be very proud to be here. It's the hope of all of us at the IU School of Education that this is just the beginning of an exemplary career, or the continuation of one that will now take new and exciting directions. According to the program, my charge here is to honor the graduates, so I would like to do so by congratulating you on your choice of the field of education as your professional calling. I trust that over time you will, as I have, find this to be a very satisfying one. For some time now, the School of Education has used the phrase, "for those who dare to teach," as an invitation to join our challenging and rewarding profession. I would also say, dare to counsel, dare to lead, and dare to inquire into the questions that educational scholars are seeking answers for. Now more than ever, there's a need to attract the best and brightest into the field of education. I'm confident that you are those people. In 1920, as he looked back upon the past, H.G. Wells wrote, "Human history becomes more and more a race between education and catastrophe." In these times, education is even more important and can serve as a solution for the daunting problems that we face today, such as poverty, social inequity, and intolerance. Whether you'll be a classroom teacher, a counselor, a principal, or a researcher, you have the chance to influence these issues. You are choosing a path that will matter. In these times of tremendous challenge for schools and education generally, the role that you play couldn't be more important. But today's a day of celebration, so I want to also focus on the personal and professional rewards that a career in education can bring, much like Professor Barton did. I still remember nearly 40 years ago, the last day of school in my first year of teaching, when my group of first graders bid me farewell at the classroom door, and I reflected on how none of them could read at the beginning of the school year. And then that day, they left and ventured off into the future as readers. I remember the first time I saw my name on an article in a professional journal. I remember also the time a woman in Afghanistan told me that if we hadn't created a master's degree program at Kabul Education University, she would never have had the chance to attain an advanced degree. Your life in education will be filled with many challenges, but will also provide you with extraordinary opportunities to do wonderful things and to achieve great personal satisfaction. I come from a family of educators. At one time, my dad was a high school band teacher, principal, and bus driver in a small rural community in Southern California, all at the same time. Later, he earned his doctorate in education at UCLA and was an assistant superintendent in the fastest-growing school district in the nation at that time. When I was contemplating my choice of careers and came to him and said, "Dad, I think I just want to be a teacher," he said to me, "What do you mean just a teacher? There's nothing better in this world that you could aspire to be." I leave you with my father's words. There is nothing better that you could aspire to be. I wish you well in all that you do, and remember that we are here for you. The IU School of Education has your back, and you can call upon us whenever you need to. Again, congratulations on this achievement. We're proud to call you alumni of the School of Education. Thank you.
Thanks, Terry. I'd now like to introduce our alumni speaker, Doug Williams. Doug graduated from the School of Education with his doctorate of education in 1985. In 1988, he was voted Indiana Principal of the Year, and in 2003, he was voted Indiana Superintendent of the Year. Doug serves as adjunct faculty, teaching his favorite subject, the principalship, and has served on our alumni board and as an alumni board president from 2013 to 2015. He's an avid supporter of the School of Education and of its alumni. Doug?
Thank you. And I, too, would like to add my congratulations. You've earned a degree, and for that you should be very proud. But more than that, I want to congratulate each of you for making a decision to go into the single most important field on planet Earth. Now, some of you as parents may say, well, does that mean that what I'm doing is less important than these graduates? And my answer is, absolutely yes. But really, you should feel good about it because even though you didn't make the wisest of decisions, your sons and daughters have. It also kind of verifies my long-held belief that there is intellectual genetic progress with each succeeding generation. I was born and raised in West Lafayette, Indiana. My father was the assistant comptroller at Purdue University. At a very young age, he and 3 professors died in a car accident returning from a Purdue, Michigan football game. My stepfather was head of the civil engineering department at Purdue University. When it was time to go to college, it was obvious I would go to Purdue, and did. And shortly thereafter, finished my master's degree there as well. A great university. But when I became a young educator as a teacher, young administrator, eventually high school principal, and eventually even superintendent, I learned something. And that was that when I needed support, when I needed a broader perspective about our profession, when I needed to be inspired, I learned begrudgingly that it wasn't located in West Lafayette, Indiana. It wasn't located in Muncie, Indiana, nor in Terre Haute, or South Bend, or Evansville, nor in Indianapolis. The support that I needed and desired was in Bloomington, Indiana. And believe me, somebody whose blood was black and gold, that was tough to acknowledge. I cannot exaggerate what this university has meant to me in my career. All of you are now members for 1 year free of the Alumni Association. I hope that you continue that affiliation. Almost 70,000 of you are out there, graduates of this great school of education. Take advantage of that. Look back to this university. Gain the support as I did to learn and to prosper. My career would have been far less. My success would have been far less had it not been for connections at this place. So I encourage you strongly to do as I did, to learn that that expertise was nowhere except here. It's meant a great difference to me in my career, and I hope it will be to you too. Finally, I want to thank you. I want to thank you in advance. See, I know something about you. Number one, you did not go into this profession to earn big bucks. That's that Kelly School place across campus if you wanted to do that. All of you are here, I know this, because of one or a handful or several people who you have engaged during your lifetime that made a difference, who inspired you to do this. Maybe a teacher, a counselor, a parent, maybe several. Well, I thank you in advance because now it's your turn. I thank you for all those young people or not so young people, born and unborn, whom you now will have the opportunity to touch in very special ways so that they can someday sit in chairs as you do today. And in that most important of all endeavors, I wish all of you the very best of luck.
Thanks, Doug. I'd now like to introduce our undergraduate speaker, Samantha Citro, who's earned a Bachelor of Science in Social Studies education. Samantha was born in Pennsylvania and lived in 5 different states before settling in Indiana. She chose to attend IU despite having completed her high school career at West Lafayette Junior Senior High School. So like Doug, she made the switch, although she made it earlier than he did. She began as a history major in the College of Arts and Sciences, switching over to education when she found her calling as a teacher. She's completed a Bachelor of Science degree in Social Studies education and will begin her teaching career on January 4th at Seeger Junior Senior High School in West Lebanon. She hopes to move toward getting a graduate degree in EFL, ESL, and also move toward a warmer climate. She comes highly recommended by her supervising teacher and by her social studies methods instructors here at IU. Samantha?
I can't promise that my speech will be as great as the ones that have come before me, but I can promise you that it will be very short, so bear with me. When I first came to IU, I got caught up in the hustle and the bustle of welcome week and moving in. During my second week of classes, I changed my schedule 4 times, I ate about 3 times, and I cried once. Maybe twice, but nobody can verify that. And on the 3rd week, at the end, I got off of a bus at Foster. I went to my 3rd floor room on Martin, and I sat on my bed and thought to myself, what am I doing? Only there were a few choice words that I've chosen to omit from that sentence. Coincidentally, this was also my response when I accepted to speak in front of you all here today. And so I had to sit down and do what we have all been told to do by many of our professors and teachers over the years, and that was to reflect upon my experiences here at IU. So what has my time at IU and the School of Education meant? It's meant studying at the Education Library until it closed for a group project and then moving to somebody else's house because we still needed to work on it. It's meant going to seminars on Saturday mornings to get advice about our first year of teaching, even though that was a good 2 or 3 years away. And it's meant working towards my degree with online classes while at a summer camp working 24/7 in order to graduate on time. All of us have had struggles and challenges in order to get to this point. Fortunately, we haven't always had to do it alone. But this isn't the end of the challenges that we face in the education field. Some of you, and I know that some of you are worried about where you're going. However, I can tell you this, even with our little field experience and our student teaching, you all have already impacted the lives of many students and many people. Just as your teachers, professors, parents, siblings, friends, and others have influenced your journey here. Some of you are wondering how life will change after our amazing experience here. And I say this because when I came up to pick my cap and gown on Tuesday, there was a gentleman in front of me at the bookstore who exclaimed to the clerk, "I don't want to graduate yet, it's too much fun here." And admittedly, it's hard to compete with game nights, the Marching 100, 5K color runs, auditorium concerts, Little 5, late night calls to Pizza X, and, of course, the friends that we have all made here. We've fought for many opportunities to participate in amazing things. Now we have the opportunity to do amazing things. And even if you don't stay a professional teacher your whole life, your time here has made you a professional learner. We have the power to impassion people with a love for learning. Everyone here has heard of the phrase, knowledge is power. But what that really means is knowledge gives the chance to empower people to be the best person that they can be. So it is our job as teachers to empower our students. When we walk through those doors, we will be going into the teaching field where some student is going to need a kind, fair, hardworking, and constantly improving teacher in order to give them that power. Don't leave that strength here. Thank you, and good luck.
Now I wish I'd had Samantha in class. Well, our graduate speaker is Jeremy Jernigan, who I have had in class. Jeremy joined the education field after a brief period with an investment company following college. Originally from Charlotte, North Carolina, he's taught, coached, and tutored elementary through university students across 3 countries and several regions of the United States. Prior to entering the doctoral program here, he worked in the central office of a large public school system in Maryland and as a senior director with the College Board in New York. Jeremy is now a doctor of philosophy in curriculum and instruction, and I look forward to hearing from him one more time.
Good afternoon. Congratulations. It's a good day to be a Hoosier. I want to thank the faculty for inviting me to speak today. It is an honor and a privilege. And I will be brief in my remarks so that we can proceed to the purpose of our gathering today, to honor the accomplishments of the individual students and, by extension, the parents and loved ones who are here with them today. I had some difficulty deciding what I would say today. You see, I wanted to speak about something that would resonate with all of my graduating classmates, but I found that to be more difficult than I anticipated. After all, 2 of the distinguishing characteristics of IU and the School of Education are the diverse range of experiences available to students to engage here and the diverse range of students who come here to engage them. The graduates we honor today represent multiple generations, geographies, genetics, and geopolitics. Their experiences prior to coming to Bloomington are as diverse as the paths they will forge when they leave. As I consider this experiential diversity, this great strength of this institution, I also thought about unifying themes. There are many, to be sure. There's B-Town, full of nostalgias that we will all share as time passes. There's the faculty here at the School of Education, whose vast experiences and recognized expertise seem to always be balanced by a sincere interest and commitment to accessibility and the success and professional growth of their students. There is the shared connection to the education field, unique in its perpetual ability to simultaneously endure both universal respect and disrespect. For my part, I've always come to give educators the benefit of the doubt in life. You have, and you will earn that. I could have discussed any of these themes or others, but as I reflected on my experience here at IU, I kept coming back to the advice of late education scholar Elliot Eisner, who advised us as educators to cherish the doubt. These 3 words seem to both effectively summarize my time here and to serve as sage advice for anyone entering the education field. Cherish the doubt. Embrace not knowing. It seems so simple, and yet it's something that we've all done here from time to time as students. It is not uncommon, quite the contrary, it is what students are expected to do. After all, the whole concept of a student is based on acquiring new knowledge, new perspective, new ways of understanding. This fundamental process requires, at least implicitly, an acknowledgement that students seek to enhance their existing knowledge or understandings, that for one reason or another, their current state of knowing has been deemed insufficient. If you or I were asked a question in our response as a student, in most contexts, went something like, I don't know, but I would like to learn more, we would be celebrated. This will change. Our paths will diverge today, but whether you teach in schools or universities, work in district or state departments of education, nonprofits, for-profits, NGOs, or even as volunteers, you can be all but certain that cherishing doubt will become less valued. This is not a critique of your future work environments, only an observation. The response, I don't know, will become less celebrated. You will be valued by what you do know, not by what you do not. This and other pressures will, over time, result for many in a gradual and steady increase in the certainty one feels, or at least expresses, in a great many areas. This is potentially unfortunate, particularly within the education field. You see, there is little room for doubt in certainty, and yet doubt fosters critical inquiry. Critical inquiry fosters growth. Education seeks growth. I like to think that we all learn this lesson to one degree or another during our time here. We are students no more, but this lesson and others need not be left in Bloomington as we set out on our respective journeys in the education field. It remains relevant beyond these walls. This is not to say that we should maintain a student's mindset. The world outside of these halls is one of action. Decisions must be made, sometimes on short notice. We cannot maintain the embrace of doubt that was so fundamental to our learning experiences here at the School of Education. After all, only Socrates was able to fully embrace the Socratic method, and we know how that worked out for him. I'm only suggesting that you not allow your graduation from the role of student to prevent you from continuing the habits, the humility, and the acceptance of doubt that resulted in your being here today. That at least from time to time you reflect back on your years here in the School of Education and on the role and value of doubt, both in your educational experience and in education more broadly. It is my belief that if you do this, the value gained from your time here at IU will not cease today, but will continue to accrue, both to you and to your contributions in the education field. Thank you for your time. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thanks, Samantha and Jeremy. Now I'd like for you to come back up here. Thanks for your inspiring words. We'd like to present you with these small tokens of our appreciation. So come on up here again. Here you go. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Jeremy, thanks. We're proud to call both of you alumni. Another hand for them, please. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. I'd like to ask all of the graduating students to line up over here behind Ms. Menderman, who's waving her hand. Line up to be recognized.
Good afternoon. I'd like to recognize Amy Youth from Zug, Switzerland. She's graduating with a master's degree in adult education, and she says, "I'd like to thank my students for being guinea pigs."
I'd like to congratulate Jeannie Rieger from Indianapolis, who's graduating with a master's in adult education today. She'd like to thank her husband, Scott, Dr. DiSilvestro, Dr. Treff, and Dr. Ernest, and her 4 grandchildren.
I'm happy to introduce Sarah Mosier from Valparaiso, Indiana, whose degree is in French education. And Sarah says, "I thank my family, friends, and significant other, Kevin, for supporting me. I will be student teaching in Armidale, New South Wales, Australia through Global Gateway for Teachers." Congratulations, Sarah.
I'm proud to introduce Patricia Holt from Indianapolis. She's graduating with a Master's of Science in Adult Education, and she would like to thank her husband, children, 7 children, and 11 grandchildren. Dr. I know, accomplishments left and right. Dr. Treff, Dr. DeSilvestro, and IUPUI, her employer.
I'd like to congratulate Kelly Murphy from Bloomington, who is graduating with a Master's of Science in Adult Education. She would like to thank her professors for their patience, encouragement, and support, and also thanks to her family for inspiring her endlessly.
Congratulations to Abby Englert, who is from Bloomington, Indiana. Her degree is a Master of Science in Adult Education. And Abby says that she'd like to thank my lovely daughters, Sophie and Ava, and my husband, Matt. She extends thanks as well to her professors. And thank you also to my mother and my cousins, Jeff and Jake, for being with me today. Congratulations.
I'm proud to introduce Sarah Bhatia from West Lafayette, Indiana. He's graduating with a Master's of Counseling and Counselor Education. And he says, thank you to my family and friends who are family who could be here with me today. You all know who you are.
I would like to congratulate Joshua Blevins from Indianapolis, who is graduating today with a degree in secondary math education. He would like to thank his wife, his kids, and his family for supporting him through all of this. And to his kids, he says, never give up, no matter how long it takes. Patience is power.
I'd like to introduce Mateus Umar Namto from Yogyakarta, Indonesia. He's earning his PhD in language, literacy, culture, and language education. And he says, I would love to say thanks to all of my professors, especially Dr. Farida Pawan, my advisor. I would also like to say thanks and big hugs to my family and friends who have supported me during this journey of education. Congratulations.
I am proud to introduce Alexandria Taylor Volkner from Wayne, Illinois. She's graduating with a Bachelor's of Secondary Social Studies Education. And she says, I would like to thank my parents, my sisters, and Zach for all of their love and support. I would also like to thank Keith Barton and Laura Stokowski for all they've done for me this past year.
It's my pleasure to present Helen Herron from Danville, Indiana, who's graduating with a degree in secondary social studies education. She would like to thank Malin and Jeff Herron. She says, thanks for paying my bills. She would also like to thank Hannah for being a great sister, and thanks to Dr. Barton and Dr. Stokowski for making her IU experiences very memorable. Congratulations.
I'd like to introduce Chi Han Chung from Kaohsiung, Taiwan, who's getting her Master's of Science in Instructional System Technology. She says, I would love to say thank you to all of my professors, family, and friends for their support and guidance. I love you all. Thank you. And congratulations.
I'm proud to introduce Nathaniel DeShazer from Anderson, Indiana. He's graduating with a degree in secondary English education. And he says, thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything you've done to get me here. Thank you to Dr. Laura Stokowski for the opportunity to student teach in Spain.
It's my pleasure to introduce Jacqueline Wagner from Mundelein, Illinois. She's graduating with a degree in secondary English education. She says she would like to thank everyone who has helped her along the way, family, friends, professors, and the School of Education. She says thank you to Dr. Stokowski for providing her with the amazing opportunity to teach abroad in Spain. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Cassidy Holt of New Ross, Indiana, whose degree is in secondary English and language arts education. Cassidy says, I would like to thank my family for their support and the faculty of the Global Gateway. Cassidy will be student teaching in Norway next semester. Congratulations.
I'm proud to introduce Anthony DiGiulio from Downers Grove, Illinois. He's graduating with a major in secondary special education. And he says, thanks to my family for supporting me and helping me to get where I am. I love you guys and appreciate all you've done for me.
It's my pleasure to introduce Emily Blue from St. John, Indiana. She's graduating with a degree in secondary English education. She says she would like to thank her wonderful family and friends and the faculty at the School of Education. Congratulations.
I'd like to introduce Karen Goldstein of Cincinnati, Ohio, whose degree is in elementary education. Karen says, thank you to my friends, family, and the School of Education faculty. Congratulations, Karen.
I'm proud to introduce Natalie Sarcona. She's from the Midwest, and she says she's graduating with a degree in secondary English and special education. She says, thank you to family, friends, and professors. I couldn't have done it without you.
It's my pleasure to introduce Andrew Harold Cutler from Newton, Massachusetts. He's graduating today with a degree in Masters of Science in Education. He would like to thank his advisor, Karen Woolwind, Professor Mary Beth Hines, Professor Beth Samuelson, and every other professor who guided him through this journey and opened his eyes toward a more perfect approach to teaching. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Erin Kopinski of Mishawaka, Indiana. Her degree is in elementary education. Erin says, thank you so much to my friends and family that have supported me throughout my time here at IU. I am so excited to embark on this journey both here and abroad. Congratulations.
I'm proud to introduce Olivia Hilliard from Plymouth, Indiana. She's graduating from the Teaching All Learners program. And she says, thank you to my parents, family, and friends for supporting me and walking with me on my journey through IU and becoming a teacher. I'm excited to take my journey to teach in Australia.
It's my pleasure to introduce Meredith Lutz from Columbus, Indiana. She graduates today with a degree in elementary education with a math license addition. She would like to thank her family for all of their support and her friends from Forest B5 who made her the person that she is today. Congratulations.
It's an honor to introduce Libby Perrone from Gurnee, Illinois. Her degree is in secondary special education. She says, thanks, Mom, Dad, and all my friends and family. Congratulations, Libby.
I'm proud to introduce Kara Preby from Palatine, Illinois. She's graduating with a degree in secondary math education. She says, thank you to my parents for sending me pictures of my dog to make it through Diffie Q and every other class I've taken.
It's my sincere pleasure to present Stephanie Martinelli from Hinsdale, Illinois. She graduates today with a degree in elementary education, and she says she would like to thank everyone who came to celebrate with her today. She loves all of you very much and could not have done this without your constant encouragement and support. Congratulations.
I'm happy to introduce Adam Koberlein from Upland, Indiana, who's getting his bachelor's degree in elementary education. Adam says, I would like to thank my family, friends, and teachers for their support. I'd like to give a special thanks to Leanna McLean, Laura Stakowski, Gurley Fout, Kimberly David, and all my students for getting me to this point. Congratulations, Adam.
I'm proud to introduce Alex Fisher from Greensburg, Indiana. He's graduating with a degree in elementary education. And he says, thank you to my family that have encouraged me through the whole process and the Global Gateway program for an amazing experience.
It's my pleasure to introduce Trisha Weger from Indianapolis. She is graduating with a degree in elementary education with a reading license addition. She would like to thank her family, friends, and all of the supportive staff at IU. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Annie Sarno from Noblesville, Indiana, whose degree is in elementary education. And Annie says, I would like to thank my family, my peers, and my teammates for all of their support. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Audra Hyman from Easton, Pennsylvania. She's graduating with a degree in elementary education. And she says, I would like to thank my parents, brother, grandparents, and friends, and family for all the love and support. Thank you for always believing in me. Congratulations.
It's my pleasure to present Alexis Diamond from Crown Point, Indiana, who is graduating today with a degree in elementary education. She would like to thank her parents, her sister, and other friends and family. Without their love and support, she would not be where she is today. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Angela Pick from Fort Wayne, Indiana, whose degree is in elementary education. Angela says, I would like to thank my grandparents and parents for making my dreams come true here at IU. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Christine McLaughlin from St. Louis, Missouri. She's graduating with a degree in elementary education. She says, thank you to my parents for giving me the world. Thanks to my grandparents for being the best out there. Thanks to my sisters for always standing by me as my best friends. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Congratulations.
It's my pleasure to present Emily Paulson from Winnemac, Indiana, who is graduating today with a secondary science license with physics and a computer educator license. She would like to say thank you to her dad, who inspired her love for learning and education, and to her mom, grandparents, and fiancé Corey, who are here with her today and who have always supported her. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Callan Jordan Marion Peratt from Butlerville, Indiana. Her degree is in social studies education. Callan says, I would like to thank my family, all of the Peratts and Callans. I want to especially thank Aunt Marion for her support. I also want to send love to Mama Callan. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Rachel Nuttall from Westville, Indiana. She's graduating with a degree in elementary education. She says, thank you to my family and friends for their continued support and encouragement. Look for her next in Scotland. Congratulations.
It's my pleasure to introduce Stacy Lambert from Indianapolis, who is graduating today with a degree in elementary education with a reading license addition. She would like to thank her parents for supporting her throughout her college career and who continue to cheer her on each day. She says, I love you. Congratulations.
It's an honor to introduce Samantha Marie Citro from West Lafayette, Indiana, whose degree is in social studies education. And Samantha says, thank you so much to all of my family and friends who could be here with me today and those who could not. You've all inspired me so much and made it possible for me to get there and back again. Congratulations, Samantha.
That brings us almost to the end of the program. Let me thank our faculty readers who've just been reading everyone's names and thoughts. Give them a hand, please. As well as the many staff members from the School of Education who've helped to make this program possible. You've seen them with cameras, lining people up, checking people in, and so on. So please join me in one final round of applause to wish all of our graduates the best as they embark on their new adventures. Thank you for coming, and congratulations to the graduates. Hey,
Where's Mom? I'm looking for Grandpa's sweater. I know.
this. Get my coat. I gotta grab all my stuff. You guys went this way. To your sister. Right? Yeah. Yeah, we're down that way. Let me grab my...
Where did they park at? Where else is there to park? Where'd you guys park at? Oh, wow. I'm surprised you guys found a parking space. No, I think I'm going with them. I left my car at